6 hunting rifles appreciated in 2026 while the entire market crashed. Used demand jumped 113 units on a single platform. Another was discontinued, yet still gained nearly $150 in value. These weren't the expensive or obvious models either. Here's which rifles actually made money and why scarcity is forcing prices higher. Number 6. Tikka T3x. Tikka T3x isn't budget territory. It never was. Average retail pricing sits $925 to $1,050 new. Used models average $827. That's premium entry segment, not budget compromise. The rifle competes directly with mid-range specialists while maintaining price discipline. New Tikka T3x demand climbed 95 units over 12 months. Used demand jumped 23 units. The generic Tikka lineup saw 53 new units rise and 11 used units climb. This isn't inventory moving sideways. This is active buyer interest in a rifle category that was supposed to stay flat. The 2026 Ace Series changed the equation completely. Sako launched the Ace Series at SHOT Show 2025. Ace Target and Ace Game models became fully available through 2026. These aren't traditional hunting rifles. They're precision instruments with modular architecture, adjustable length of pull, adjustable cheek riser, ARCA rail compatibility, backward compatible with existing T3 and T3X actions. Street pricing ran $1,513 to $1,799. That's premium territory, but it's modular chassis territory. Ace Target won American Rifleman Rifle of the Year in 2026. That's credibility from the industry's most respected publication. Hunters read that award and started reconsidering Tikka. The rifle went from reliable workhorse to award-winning precision platform. That status shift created demand surge. Used T3X models benefited from platform elevation. Buyers searching used inventory found prices held steady because owners kept rifles. New Ace models pulled demand upward. Scarcity across models created buying pressure. Tikka's accuracy guarantee at 1 MOA factory tested standard becomes significant in this context. Cold hammer forged finish barrels, 2 locking lug action proven across generations, no compromise engineering at entry pricing. That combination appeals to hunters who understand rifle mechanics. They recognize quality. They appreciate Finnish gun-making heritage. They understand Sako-owned Tikka means Beretta distributed through American channels meant reliability and warranty support. Production stayed Finland-based through 2026. Beretta USA handled distribution. Supply remained available at retail, but didn't flood secondary markets. Owned rifles stayed with owners. The Ace Series created 2-tier market. Standard T3X light models remained attainable around $1,000 used. Premium Ace models commanded $1,500 plus. That price separation created distinct market segments. Different buyers wanted different things. Both groups found Tikka satisfied their needs. Demand split across segments meant total demand climbed significantly. The T3X represents the future of hunting rifle value, not because it appreciates dramatically, but because it gains buyers consistently while remaining attainable. Entry-level hunters finally had a rifle performing at premium accuracy standards without premium pricing. That equation created demand shift. Award recognition accelerated the shift. Buyers started viewing T3X as keeper rifle. That ownership mentality removed supply from secondary markets. Supply reduction created value stability. Number 5. Browning Xbolt. Browning Xbolt generated used demand growth of 15 units over 12 months. The A-Bolt predecessor that hunters still carry showed new demand up 6 units and used demand up 33 units. Combined Browning bolt-action ecosystem moved positive when most manufacturers treaded water. Xbolt 2 represents the current generation. The Veritech stock changed everything for modern buyers. Adjustable length of pull, adjustable comb height, interchangeable grips and angles. That customization brought chassis functionality into hunting rifles without full chassis weight or complexity. Hunters could personalize fit without gunsmithing. That appeal attracted buyers wanting modern features paired with traditional rifle form factor. Used Xbolt pricing runs $650 to $1,000. New versions hit $1,000 through $2,000 depending on configuration. Xbolt 2 variants appeal to different hunting scenarios. Mountain Pro for mountain hunting, Speed for fast-moving terrain, Hell's Canyon for extreme weather, Eclipse Hunter for laminate stability, Stalker for classic hunting. That diversity matters. Not one rifle tried to be everything. Multiple rifles solved specific problems. Buyers picked the version matching their need. VariTech adjustability became the investment driver. Hunters could buy one rifle and modify fit as body changed with age. That personalization appeal attracted older buyers and younger shooters growing into their gear. VariTech-equipped rifles held values better because they addressed fit concerns universally. Standard Xbolt models without adjustability saw softer demand. The feature difference created two-tier market within the model line. Buyers paying for VariTech saw it as future-proofing their investment. Browning maintained production through major calibers. 308 Win Mag, 3006, 270 Win, 6.5 Creedmoor, 7mm Rem Mag. Standard calibers stayed stocked at retail. Ammunition availability correlated with rifle demand. Hunters gravitated toward calibers available everywhere instead of exotic cartridges requiring special ordering. That practical preference kept Xbolt demand stable as other platforms fought for niche ammunition supply. Accuracy standards matched competitors. Most Xbolts shoot 3/4 inch or better. Weight ran lighter than traditional design dictated. Recoil pads actually reduced felt recoil. Trigger quality improved year over year. By 2026, factory triggers outperformed custom triggers from 5 years prior. That technical evolution created new buyer interest. Older owners compared rifles to new specs and started thinking upgrade mentality. Instead of upgrading, they bought new Xbolt 2 and kept their older model as backup. The Xbolt represented comfort territory, not cutting edge, not budget compromised, solid platform with proven reliability. Hunters trusted the platform because it carried proven track record across millions of rounds. That trust translated to steady demand. Steady demand maintained prices. The VariTech feature pushed demand into investment mentality territory. Hunters bought knowing they could fit the rifle perfectly and keep it relevant through life changes. Number 4, CZ550. The CZ550 shows used value gains of $140.99 over 12 months. That climb ranks strongest dollar increase across all hunting rifles tracked in 2026. But understanding the value story requires understanding production status. CZ discontinued the 550 around 2020. No new production since that year. The rifle got replaced by the CZ 557, which was short-lived. Then CZ moved to the CZ 600 series platform featuring push-feed action. The 550 became legacy. That discontinuation status drives secondary market value. The 550 was the last affordable Mauser 98 controlled round feed action available at reasonable prices. Hunters and professional safari guides understood what they were buying. Proven action design, mechanical ejector, detachable magazine, 3-position safety. That feature set meant reliability on dangerous game. Push-feed rifles following the 550 generated reliability questions among DG professionals. Critics felt push-feed actions lacked margin for error when chasing Cape buffalo or elephant. Secondary market buyers knew the 550 couldn't be replaced at that price point anymore. Manufacturers moved toward push-feed designs. CZ600 inherited the 550 name, but not the mechanical design. That transition created urgency among hunters wanting true Mauser CRF platforms. Secondary market demand exceeded available inventory. Supply never recovered after production ended. Prices held steady or appreciated slightly. Used values around $1,430 stabilized. Specialist variants like the Safari Magnum in .375 or .458 Win Mag sold immediately when listed. Manufacturing location influenced CZ perception. Czech Republic production carried Central European heritage. Hunters recognized quality engineering. They understood why designs survived 70 years. They appreciated affordability didn't mean compromise. That combination attracted practical hunters not interested in premium pricing for prestige. They wanted function at honest cost. Available calibers spanned practical hunting ranges: .243, .308, .30-06, .270, .300 Win Mag. The standard selection covered hunting scenarios across North America. Discontinued status meant supply never increased. Owners who bought 5.50s at production held them. Second-owner buyers discovered accessing the platform meant paying premium on secondary market because new production ended. Supply locked. Demand stayed consistent. Prices stabilized at higher levels. The CZ550FS Mannlicher full stock model attracted collectors seeking European aesthetic. 20-inch barrels, Schnabel foregrips, European walnut. American hunters often dismissed the look. European hunters recognized it as practical and beautiful. That cultural difference created specialized demand segments. European models appreciated in different markets. Discontinued status accelerated appreciation because specialized variants became irreplaceable. Number 3. Sako 85. Sako 85. New value dropped $79.62 to $1,871. Used value fell $115.49 to $1,502.14. Both declines mask specialized value segments climbing significantly. Sako replaced the 85 platform with the Sako 90 series introduced around 2023 and 2024. The 85 became legacy product. Legacy status attracts traditionalists. The 85 featured mechanical ejector design. The 90 switched to plunger ejection. Reloaders and dangerous game hunters preferred the 85's mechanical ejector. Some felt it held better margins for Magnum rifle work. That preference kept 85 demand alive, even as new production shifted to 90. The Finlight 2 Special Edition represents where real 85 value went. Carbon fiber stocks, fluted stainless barrels, advanced materials reducing weight to 7.5 pounds or less. New pricing for Finlight 2 models climbed to $1,799 through $2,310. That's substantial premium over base 85 models used around $1,500 range. Sako 85 demand showed new units up 1 and used units up 5. That's flat growth, but generic Sako brand demand across full lineup jumped new units 9 and used units 81. The platform benefited from parent company confidence. Beretta acquired Sako. Production continued Finland-based. Quality stayed consistent. Hunters recognized the brand carried 2 centuries of Finnish gun-making heritage. That reputation created platform elevation despite 85 specific demand flatness. The 85 Hunter Standard model held used values around $1,500 range. Grey Wolf stainless models with laminate stocks appealed to hunters facing wet climates. Kodiak Magnum specialists in .338 Win Mag stayed scarce. Classic walnut stock options attracted traditionalists. That diversity across models meant supply split into multiple segments. No single model dominated secondary market. Traditionalists preferring 85 mechanical ejector pushed those models off secondary markets faster than 90 push-feed variants moved. That selective demand removed specific 85 variants from inventory. Price pressure fell on remaining models. Supply tightening for preferred configurations created appreciation in those specific examples. Finlight 2 premium variants commanded strongest demand. Collectors bought them. Supply dried up. Waiting lists formed at retail. Used examples appeared at slight premiums. Framed the 85 as legacy preferred by purists. Mechanical ejector design. Heritage production. That positioning explains why base demand stayed flat while specialty variants appreciated. Buyers searching for specific 85 configurations found scarcity. Scarcity created value preservation. The platform remains relevant for hunters and shooters, understanding why older designs sometimes exceeded newer replacements in functional reliability. Number 2. Weatherby Mark 5. The Weatherby Mark 5 generated new demand growth of 68 units over 12 months. Used demand jumped 113 units. That's demand explosion territory. Mark 5 AccuMark used value climbed $85.94 to $1,489.32. Specialty variants showed appreciation, while base models held steady. Weatherby production in Sheridan, Wyoming since 2019 created quality confidence. That foundation stabilized through 2026, but new developments drove the 113-unit surge in used demand. The 80th anniversary commemorative, Mark 5 launched as limited production, titanium action, carbon barrel, exhibition walnut stock, TriggerTech factory trigger, new pricing around $12,499. Pre-orders filled. Expected shipping stretched into late 2025 and 2026. That limited anniversary edition created collector interest. Buyers who couldn't access new limited production searched used secondary markets. That hunting pressure pushed used values upward. Skunkworks branding emerged for high-end custom builds, carbon fiber stocks, advanced materials, cutting-edge aesthetics. Weatherby partnered with custom gunsmiths creating specialized editions. That premium tier pushed the Mark 5 into exotic territory. Hunters pursuing long-range precision wanted Skunkworks builds. Limited production created waiting lists. Secondary market scarcity followed. Buyers paid premiums for used examples because new availability lagged demand. That dynamic explained the 113-unit explosion. Mark 5. AccuMark fluted stainless barrel design appeals to precision shooters. Deep fluting reduces weight without sacrificing rigidity. Graphite black finishes prevent reflection. These aren't hunting rifles blending into tree stands. They're purpose-built precision instruments. Serious long-range hunters viewed Weatherby as legitimate platform. That positioning expanded the buyer base. Expanded buyer base created demand across inventory tiers. Weatherby expanded caliber options, including proprietary Magnum cartridges, 300 Weatherby, 270 Weatherby, 240 Weatherby. Handloaders found value in these cartridges. Factory ammunition remained available. That ammunition support kept the platform relevant for people comfortable with reloading. Loyal audience meant consistent platform demand. Consistency meant value stability. New Mark 5 pricing averaged $1,643. Premium models exceeded $2,000. The 80th anniversary and Skunkworks limited editions pushed far higher. Used market values ran $1,400 through $1,500 for standard configurations. Specialty variants commanded significant premiums. That price stratification across configurations created multiple market segments. Different buyers wanted different things. All found Weatherby offered options matching their need and budget. Number 1. Winchester Model 70. Winchester Model 70 used values gained $91.61 to $1,133.85. The decline in overall used demand disguises the real collectability story happening underneath. Low liquidity equals locked supply equals stable to rising prices. Pre-64 Winchester Model 70 rifles command respect from collectors and hunters. Standard condition examples average around $1,522 used, but rare caliber examples and collector-grade pieces climb significantly higher. A .264 Win Mag in pristine condition reaches $3,500 to $5,000. 300 H&H Magnum rifles exceed $5,000. The rarest combinations approach $10,000 to $14,000 on secondary markets. That premium segment shows where real appreciation occurs. The 1964 production cutoff matters because Winchester changed the action. Controlled round feed gave way to push feed. Blade ejector replaced mechanical ejection. The mechanical change represented cost cutting driven by manufacturing pressures. Hunters recognize this as downgrade in design philosophy. Pre-64 rifles represent production before cost-cutting compromised engineering principles. That distinction creates collector mentality entering the hunting rifle market. Model 70. Featherweight remains most desirable hunting variant. 22-inch barrel, light profile, controlled round feed action, adjustable trigger. That combination appeals to hunters wanting rifles they can carry and trust. Used featherweight pre-64 examples regularly exceed $1,000. Used demand fell 5 units over 12 months. That decline reflects zero liquidity in the segment. Pre-64 owners hold rifles. New buyers enter market. Supply never reaches auction. Scarcity locks supply. Locked supply stabilizes or appreciates prices. Winchester maintained new Model 70 production through 2026. Production moved from Japan to South Carolina to Portugal for final assembly. New rifles stay priced $1,400 base through 2,000 premium configurations. That pricing puts new Model 70 in direct competition with Sako 85 and Weatherby Mark 5. Buyers choose based on action design preference instead of price constraint. The Model 70 legend reflects its use by professional hunters and competitive shooters. Carlos Hathcock carried a Model 70 as a sniper. Hunters across every continent trust the platform. That reputation gets discussed in hunting camps. Stories get passed to new hunters. The rifle carries cultural weight beyond mechanical specifications. That intangible value resists market measurement, but shows up in demand pressure on used inventory. Low liquidity in the pre-64 segment means owners hold rifles. They don't liquidate. New buyers compete for limited available examples. That competitive buying creates upward price pressure. The decline in used demand units reflects this dynamic perfectly. Zero sellers means zero transaction volume. Zero volume makes demand units appear flat. But the buyers actively searching represent consistent pressure. Prices respond to that pressure by holding steady or appreciating. Pre-64 examples appreciate strongest. Later production models hold value through mechanical reliability. Frame low liquidity as positive. Supply stays locked. Owners keep rifles. New buyers lack options. Scarcity creates value stability. That dynamic explains how used demand could fall while values appreciated. The market fundamentally changed. Trading rifles became less common. Keeping rifles became standard. That ownership shift removed supply. Supply removal created scarcity. Scarcity protected and lifted values. Conclusion: 6 hunting rifles gained value in 2026 while markets tanked everywhere else. Winchester Model 70 benefited from pre-64 collectability and locked secondary market supply. Weatherby Mark 5 surged through demand explosion in used segment, reaching 113-unit increase driven by limited anniversary and skunkworks editions. Sako 85 specialized variants commanded premiums despite base model value softness, as traditionalists preferred mechanical ejector design. CZ 550 posted strongest dollar appreciation as discontinued status created supply scarcity. Browning Xbolt maintained steady demand through Veritech adjustability, attracting buyers wanting personalized fit. Tikka T3x climbed demand through award recognition and new Ace chassis series totaling 95 units on new purchases and 23 units on used acquisitions. The common theme connects value to supply constraint. Rifles with limited or discontinued production appreciated. Rifles with locked ownership appreciated. Rifles with award recognition or new variants created buying pressure. Buyers outnumbered available inventory. Scarcity pressure stabilized prices. Price stability changed owner mentality from trading up to keeping rifles. That ownership shift removed supply from secondary markets. Supply reduction created upward pressure. Upward pressure created investment mentality. The cycle reinforced itself through 2026. These 6 platforms demonstrate how market forces reward purposeful design, consistent performance, and scarcity. Discontinued models, legacy platforms, award-winning variants, and low liquidity segments created fundamental supply constraints. Supply constraints lifted values when everything else declined. The rifles that survived market pressure gained buyers willing to pay asking prices. That dynamic explains why these 6 hunting rifles appreciated in 2026.